get started. Oh, wait, coffee first. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is just the original. Pat that all over my eyes. Definitely underneath, so that way no creasing. Going to take the Nars Larger Than Life eyeliner, tight line, and fill in the inner and outer corners. This is going to help the pigment come through. I don't have to build it up as much. Gonna take the Diorshow Fusion Mono in Fantasie. That's gonna be our middle base color. Kat Von D Shade in Light. We're gonna use this as our crease color. I'm using the number 10 crease from Sephora. By the way, all my brushes are gonna be Sephora. That's all I have. That's in my kit. It's what I use every day. Just blending out that crease color. I'm going to go ahead and start building up that black shadow on the inner and outer corner. Of course, I got some underneath. And I'm just using the number 10 smudge brush. Oh, sorry, number 11. Making sure I'm getting that connecting between the inner and outer corner, so that way when I blend, there we go. Just taking that crease brush again, blending that out. No additional product on the brush. Gonna take a goodie, using Alchemy on the tapered crease brush, number 19. Building that up in my crease. Making sure that goes all the way in the inner corner and blending, blending, blending. We're going to take that smudge brush and we're going to take Bondage. We're going to build that up on top of the black. I want there to be a nice transition between the dark and the light on my lid. So this is just going to kind of help to get those colors together. Blend, blend, blend. Just using my airbrush concealer brush to kind of blend out that harsh edge up on the top. Packing it in a little bit more black on the inners and outer corner. I really want there to be a nice contrast between the two colors. More blending. There's always blending. Blending. More blending. And more blending. This time with a little bit of color to soften up that line. Just going to take that Diorshow again and really build up that color in the center. Blending out the edges. I don't want them harsh. I'm going to take Alien. And I'm using the number 15 small shadow brush to really pack on that color, just pressing it in. Going in with Alchemy again, just to kind of blend those two colors together. More blending. I'm going to take my large shadow brush this time and we're going to go in with Truth right on the brow bone, drag it down a little bit. And I'm really going to pack that color on there because I'm just going to go in and, you guessed it, I'm going to blend. just taking a makeup wipe, cleaning up my fallout, and sharpening up that line. Taking the Murad Invisiblur as my primer. I'm in love with this stuff, guys. Urban Decay Naked Skin in number 7 on my beauty blender. You know, I try so many foundations, but I always go back to Naked Skin. It's just perfect. Making sure I get underneath that nose, right into that hairline. Don't want to wear a mask, guys. Alright, gonna take the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. Not sure what color this is, I'll have to check on that. And I'm gonna use this as my highlight / concealer. Down the center of the nose, center of the forehead, tip of the nose, cupid's bow, and chin. Just gonna take my damp beauty blender and blend that out. Yes, come through, highlight. Gonna just set that really quickly with my Bobbi Brown retouching powder in white. Gonna let the under eye area bake and just set the rest of the areas. Gonna take the Pure Minerals Cameo contour in dark with my number 57 brush. Blend that out. Then really blend that out with the beauty blender. Don't want no harsh lines. You see this side, I dragged it down a little too low. I'll show you how to fix that. You can just wipe it away like I just did, but I'm going to fix it a little bit more later. Contouring my nose, I'm going against the natural bone structure. This is going to help you to get a really straight line without having to draw a line. Going underneath that nose, so that way I can kind of give the illusion of a shorter nose. Blending out with the beauty blender. Underneath the lip for powder your lips. Along the forehead, just to kind of clean up that hairline. And most importantly, along the jawline, get rid of that double chin we got going on there. Always blend out with the brush first and then clean up with the beauty blender to really blend that down. And just remember, when doing the jawline, you want to go right underneath, drag down the neck to really blend out that color. Now I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown bronzer, number 1 natural, and just set that contour. Going to clean up that that contour now with the Airspun. I'm using the Honey Beige. And then just wipe that away. Fixes everything. Too Faced Love Hangover blush with the number 57. I'm sorry, number 49. Becca Opal. This is an older Sephora brush. It was like a holiday set, but it's my favorite to do highlight with. I put it everywhere, if you haven't noticed that already. Cleaning up that that bacon going on underneath the eyes. Gonna take a little bit of Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. That shadow just wasn't intense enough. I like it dramatic, girl. Blending out the edges with my finger. Adding more Alien. I've been using the Kat Von D shadow to do my brows lately. I don't know why, I just love the way it looks. I feel like the color is perfect. The brush I'm using, it's a, I don't know, it was a small brush in one of the Sephora stencil kits a while back. I just love it. I really like a strong, defined brow. Had a little freak out. I couldn't find my Bobbi Brown natural brow shaper. This is my life. Even when I don't do my brows, I put this in my brows. Brow game changer, guys. Pick one up. Using that spoolie to kind of clean up the little mistake I'd made on my brows. It's a good little thing I like to do. It doesn't really take away any of the makeup that you have on your face. It just kind of takes off that brow product. Taking my smudge brush again, we're gonna go and just go along that waterline on the bottom, or I'm sorry, lash line. Kind of holding my under eye a little taut, so that way my shadow doesn't get into my fine lines. Taking that Nars eyeliner again, and I'm just kind of going along the outer corner, kind of shaping out a wing. I'm going to go back in with actual eyeliner brush though and shape out my wing. This is a nice little trick if you ever have problems with getting your wing liner right. Shaping it out with a brush and a shadow first really helps. But we're doing this today because we're using glitter. Violet Voss, The Fair. I'm going to use a little duo lash glue. I couldn't find my glitter glue, so I'm going to use this. I do recommend using a glitter glue though. At the end of the day, it was a little hard to get this off. Just taking a crown brush, it's a glitter eyeliner brush, to pack on that glitter liner. Yes. I'm in love with Violet Voss glitters. Fallout. Always brush upwards if you have glitter fallout. I was smart this time. I grabbed my sponge. Got lash glue in my lashes. Not fun at the end of the day, I can tell you that. They're Real, the new primer from Benefit. Loving this, guys. Had a hard time combing it through that lash glue though. Touch and Soul Stretchex mascara. One of my favorites right now. If you haven't tried it, I guarantee you're gonna love it. Mascara face. Posh Lashes number 800. I really wanted the liner to be the focus, so I just chose these little lash ends. They ended up being perfect, just enough. Taking that angled liner brush, a little mist and fix, and going in and adding some glitter along that lower lash line right in the inner corner. A little bit more blush. And now it's time for lips. OCC in Sybil. Little chola glam for you. And what's Valentine's Day without a little exorcism from Kat Von D? I felt like something was missing from the lip. It needed more pink to kind of go with the eyes. So we're using Double Dare. Tapping that just in the center. Kind of create a little ombre look. Set that face. And there we go, much better. You're all ready for your date night. Or to get your heart broken? Alright guys, here's the fun part. We're going to take a little bit of black zombie blood and we're going to create some tears. Or you could just cry. But I didn't want to waste my mascara. So I'm just using a brush that came with the Halloween set. Have it damp, or actually it's kind of soaping wet, so that way it can create a really messy look underneath my eye area. Just taking that wet brush, dipping it into the zombie blood. And of course, glitter tears. Taking some of that Violet Voss glitter and I'm just adding it into my tears. Just because your heart's broken, girl, don't mean you can't be fabulous. Just remember, guys, with this look, the messier the better. Nobody cries pretty. Alright, just gonna take that same brush and sculpt out our heart, or shape it out. Toilet paper, liquid latex, and we're just gonna start building up those scars. I really like liquid latex rather than like lash glue. It really helps to give like a rubbery texture. It feels a little bit more real. Just keep building it up. You want to give the illusion of a deep, dark hole there. And you don't have to worry about being too neat. You want it to be messy. You want this to be a hot mess. Taking that liquid latex and setting that tissue paper. Once that dries, you want to go in with a black shadow and create that deep dark hole. The deeper the better. You also want to use it around the edges. I mean, we just ripped our heart out, guys. It's not going to be pretty. So the messier the better. Going in and just kind of pushing up that skin. brown shadow, kind of create a little, I don't know what I was doing there, a little outline. Kind of look like the skin's irritated or raised up a little bit. Tearing up holes in a cosmetic sponge so we can use it to put some blood. But I don't want the blood to be like symmetrical. I want it to just look messy. Some zombie blood now. And there wasn't enough texture in there for me, so I'm going back in with the liquid latex. When it dries, it really adds texture. More blood. Yeah, I was like, I just ripped my heart out. There should be more blood. More black shadow. And more blood. This is our finished look, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I had a blast making it. Whether it was the pretty side or the ugly side of it, I hope you enjoyed it. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Why do you think he said no? Something wrong with me? Nah, look at me. I'm cute. How you doing? Yes.